So this is the review for the marketing final. I thought it was posted, but it was not, so I have to redo it, so bear with me. I have to switch to a bunch of screens. Remember that this is a general review, not specific, so you'll have to dig into the details, but based on the review guide, I'll go through point. So first one, what is the general definition of marketing? Of course, we know that's create, communicate, and deliver a message of value. Value being the exchange that individuals give up for whatever the dollar amount is for the good or service, and that's relative, both hedonic and utilitarian. And of course, it's marketing's job to, through the communication model or process, encode a message that's decoded that is perceived, at least, of being valuable. Second point, how does marketing fit into the other strategic functions? Obviously, you need to know the other strategic functions of marketing, or excuse me, of a business in order to make money or a profit, which is the point, is accounting, finance, management, HR, IT, and marketing fits into that, in that they try to create synergies to, again, develop profit in order to be a going concern. They do that, of course, through the function of sales, and if you don't sell stuff, it's tough to be in business. And if people don't understand that there's value, which is, again, marketing's point, they won't buy stuff. And so based on our discussion of a chicken and an egg, you need marketing to support the others because you need money to finance, to manage, to pay individuals, to buy IT, and that comes via sales, via value. Next question, what are the two main ethical lenses that can be applied to marketing? We can look at the Kantian from Immanuel Kant and his view of do no harm, or we can look at the utilitarian, do all good or most good for the most people. One isn't better than the other, but of course the lens that we're looking at is to look at it, our marketing efforts based on some type of ethical lens, recognizing that the Kantian approach or the utilitarian approach, mostly proffered the utilitarian approach by Milton Friedman, isn't better or worse. It's just a different way of looking at it. Next question, what are the main tactical tools marketing can use? In other words, you need to know something about the marketing mix or toolbox, or the 4 Ps, price, product, promotion, and place, and be able to describe, as we walk through this term, a little bit about each one of those and how they add value, or in other words, how promotion actually does support price, product, and place. Recognizing again that place mostly is the supply chain or the distribution of inventory. Next question, how can an organization's sustainable competitive advantage be determined both internally and externally? Know what sustainable competitive advantage is. Sustainable competitive advantage is, again, is those that Venn diagram that we described, where we have something that we're really good at, along with something the market wants, along with something that the market isn't offering. You take those three, and that's what we hang our hat on, or what is referred to as our sustainable competitive advantage. And again, recognizing again, it is those three components. It's not just something you're good at, but it is something that the market wants, and also something that someone is not delivering. And the second part of that question is, how can organizations determine that in the marketing plan, remember, which is the roadmap? The sustainable competitive advantage is usually realized or found out via internal SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and external analysis, the external environment being legal, political, regulatory, competitive, economic, technological, societal changes that are occurring. Next question, how does the marketing department go about determining their target market? Segmentation, basis, and aggregation. A target market is born out of the process of segmentation, which is the process of breaking up a large market into definable groups or segments based on bases of segmentation, demographics, psychographics, geographics, behavioristic, and usage rate. Once those separate segments are identified, the brand typically will look at what they match to closely or align with and mash those together, which is called aggregation. That aggregating process then yields us the target market. The next question, bear with me here, I'm switching screens. I can't see myself, so where did I go? There I am. What does knowing your target market allow an organization to do? It allows you to be more efficient, to leverage your MROI. Remember, MROI is marketing return on investment. So the dollars spent typically are better spent, earned, yielded when we know our target market. So we can keywords here to for sure write down the message, the encoded message resonates and is relevant more to the target market. So we're not wasting money in the noise that occurs in our communication model. And that target market we have a better understanding of, and therefore we can give a better message to and hopefully have a better return on our investment. Next question is, what is branding, how to brand, and what is its importance? Branding is the overall effort for individuals to understand what a product is, what they do, who they do it for, how they do it, where they do it, how much it costs, what the relative exchange is. And that is developed through mostly communication messages and a lot of money spent to be in the evoked set. So when people hear your name, they understand what they do, and that can be done through colors, symbols, music, font, and a whole in a caricature. When you are branded, you are known to the target market. Not necessarily everybody, but at least the target market, you are known. And again, that takes a significant dollar investment for that to occur. Next question, what is about marketing is about communication. What do we know about the communication process? And in other words, the model, which you just did for your last exam. You need to know, be able to draw the model and describe it from the sender to the receiver, from the encoded to the decoded, from the medium and the noise that occurs. How does each of the marketing mix variables contribute to value? Again, back to the original question, what are the main tactical tools marketing can use that we looked at earlier? You need to be able to be descriptive in knowing a little bit, saying something about particularly how price, product promotion, and price contributes to value. We know that price is the exchange, so it's directly related to value. Product is the hedonic and the utilitarian value that is fulfilled for the want and need. Promotion supports that and tells us about it through an encoded message, and place is mostly related to the supply chain management and the cost. And if we can reduce costs, we can pass that along to the consumer via a lower price, which is higher value. What is the IMC approach and what is the promotional mix? Be able to use the different items, list the different items in the promotional mix. So integrated marketing communications is a newer approach where we have a single voice through repetition or kinesthesis. The body's learned response to a stimulus that allows us to better understand the brand through repetitive messaging, kinesthesis. And the integrated marketing communications approach has a single voice, which no matter what promotional mix item we use, it all looks, feels, and sounds the same. Those 5 areas are advertising, remembering advertising is specifically radio, TV, newspaper, magazines, internet, social media, sales promotion, personal selling, and publicity, PR. Those are the 5 main promotional mix items. And then there's, of course, individual items underneath each one of those. What role does marketing research have regarding marketing decisions and ROI types of research and the roles they play? Remember, the point of research is to understand the decisions that are made from I know so's rather than I think so's or I'm pretty darn sure. The research can be done either quantitatively or qualitatively. Quantitative research is typically for large populations that we can generalize, where we typically give surveys on a Likert scale. And qualitative research is typically for small sample sizes, populations of 5, 6, where we do focus groups, and we're looking for themes that we don't generalize. That's called primary research. Secondary research is someone else's research that we can look at that generally is done by other firms that is purchased, mostly quantitative in nature, but can be qualitative, such as Nielsen ratings and Prism that we've discussed in class. The marketing research is necessary to provide a better return on our investment because, again, our encoded messages, our strategy, our tactics are based on what we know to be true rather than what we think is true or our gut feel. It also should be said that when we encode a message, we need to understand that it is done to move people to think, feel, act, to remind, inform, persuade, to take them through the cognitive, affective, and conative domains, and the research will tell us that. You should know that typically demographic and geographic information is going to be aligned with quantitative research, and qualitative research is more going to align with the think, or excuse me, with the feel type of messaging through psychographics. Be able to find break-even based on a cost of a product and its price, and then analyze it relative to market dynamics. Again, you should be prepared to do some math here, where we know that the break-even point is total fixed cost divided by our margin, knowing that margin is our individual price per unit minus cost or variable cost per unit. You do the math, and that gives you an amount per time period, typically a month. And you could certainly divide it by a number like 30 to find out the days and be able to do some analysis from there. The final exam, I think that was the last one. The final exam, again, is going to be general in nature, big picture items. So I have an understanding that you get it, that at the end of this term you see how it fits into the strategy of overall business and how it operates. If you go and look at your past notes from the beginning in chronological order, you should be fine. There will be, again, no multiple choice, but open-ended questions, and it is comprehensive. So with that, good luck, and we will see you when you take the exam.